Good evening and welcome to Current Issues. I'm your host, Hisham Tilawi. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we promised you last week, we will be speaking about Jerusalem and the Jerusalem Conference that Current Issues TV actually has founded and is sponsoring. The Jerusalem Conference is very much what it says. It's a conference in Jerusalem, and the idea is to make people around the world aware of what is going on in Jerusalem and aware of what this city means to a lot of people, not just the Jews, and but it is a very important city for Muslims and for Christians. Let's not forget that Jerusalem is very much connected with all three religions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to move on actually to our next guest that we will have here in a few minutes. She is Nisreen Hajaj, and she's not too far from us, by the way, here in Louisiana. She will be with us from Shreveport, Louisiana. Nisreen came to the United States back in 2001, so she's been here about 10 years. Got an education. Her and her family live here in the States. She is actually went to school for journalism, studied journalism at LSU, and she is working for KCLA, I believe, in Shreveport, and as well as she is part of the Jerusalem Conference. She's a member of the International Leadership Council with the Jerusalem Conference, and she is also one of the main coordinators in the United States. And, we are at Current Issues TV, we are a sponsor of this conference, and we are very proud to be a sponsor of this conference and the founding member of this conference, actually, and we are very happy and proud of everyone around the world, not just Palestinians who actually answered the call around the world, who are part of the Leadership Council, the International Leadership Council for the Jerusalem Conference. And we also have many people from around the states who are interested in helping in the Jerusalem Conference. And the Jerusalem Conference, it's very simple. The idea behind it is very simple. Go visit Jerusalem. This is not a one-time deal that we are planning. Actually, the plan is to meet there in Jerusalem in July of 2011, and we will have the exact date. We will announce the exact date soon, but it's going to be in July this year, but it's not going to end there. Actually, the Jerusalem Conference will kick off in July of this year, and we will continue, hopefully, on an annual pilgrimage from around the world, not just Palestinians who should encourage their children to actually visit Jerusalem and be connected with Jerusalem and make bond with Jerusalem. I guarantee you there is nothing like sending your children to the motherland, sending your children to be there, see the people, see how they live, see how they are living actually under the occupation, and basically have a connection with Jerusalem and with Palestine. Do we have Nisreen with us? Okay. It looks like she will be joining us here in a couple of seconds. But this is the importance of what the Jerusalem Conference is. And when we are joined with by Nisreen here in a few minutes, we are going to see how and what attracted her to the Jerusalem Conference. And I do believe that she is with us now. Nisreen, welcome to the program.
Yes, hi there, Dr. Talawi. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome, and I know you are at work at KCLA, but we appreciate you taking time to speak with us. We had Jawdat Manna, who's the Media Relations Coordinator General with the Jerusalem Conference, and you are as a member of the International Leadership Council with the Jerusalem Conference. Nisreen, we've talked to Jawdat and we know what the conference is all about, but I'd like to get your view as what attracted you, what interested you in the Jerusalem Conference.
Well, first of all, it's my utmost pleasure to be on your show, and it's my utmost pleasure to be a part of this whole campaign. First of all, I am an Arab Palestinian American who immigrated to the U.S. in 2001, and before that, I grew up in Lebanon. And actually, my grandparents were the 1948 Palestinians who were, allow me to use the word, and I'm not even going to be ashamed about that, to use the word kicked out of their homeland, and they were not allowed to return. So basically, they've lived in the diaspora and thus had my parents in Lebanon. So at any rate, I have never seen home in my life before, and it's been my dream to go see it for the first time in my life. And that's exactly what I'm hoping to accomplish this year. And fortunately enough, found the right venue, the right the right place, the right organization to get that dream accomplished. To me, it's a dream that's about to come true. And unfortunately, it didn't. I don't even describe my feelings. I'm nervous as I speak.
That's okay.
I'm sad. I'm sad that I couldn't go home before I became an American because Israel would not allow any of the Palestinians who are out in the diaspora to enter or come back home. Not even for a visit, not even to see what their home looked like. So now that I'm an American citizen, I'm allowed access to my homeland.
Nisreen, before you heard of the Jerusalem Conference and before you actually joined the Jerusalem Conference, and you are an integral part of the leadership in the Jerusalem Conference, did you think you were going to go to Jerusalem this year?
Not this year. It's been on my mind though. It's been on my mind to just pack and go home and just go see what home looks like. I hear about home. I hear about Palestine in the news media. I see Jerusalem. I see Bethlehem. I see Jenin. I see Ramallah. I see all these beautiful places, Haifa, all these beautiful places that I've always seen on TV, and I've always, just dreamed about going and seeing, with my naked eye. And before I was introduced to the organization, I said, this is it. I'm an American citizen now, and I'm going to go. And I'm going to tell everyone they need to also go. So right when I learned about the organization, the Popular National Conference on Jerusalem, I was just thrilled. I was beyond thrilled. I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is an opportunity for everyone to go. Just like everybody claims that this is their land, they belong there. Jews claim that. We also claim that we were there. You cannot deny our existence. You cannot deny our heritage.
Now,
so
Nisreen, are you concerned? I mean, you see in the news that the Israeli army kills people there and they destroy their homes, and there are clashes between the unarmed Palestinians and the Israeli army and the Israeli police. Are you concerned, or would that distract you in any way from going or stop you from going?
Not a bit. I am more than determined to go no matter what happens, simply because I want to see everything happening in front of my eyes. I want to be a witness to the brutality, to the injustice that's being inflicted upon the Palestinian people. And I want to go around and I want to educate the American people around me that do not know much about the Palestinian case, that because of, the Western media and all the dumbing down it does to the public, I want to educate people. I want to be that person who tells the truth about what happens, not just people listening to news media outlets that have a certain bias, that don't tell everything that goes on with the Palestinians and what they endure every day.
Now, do you think other Palestinians, like college students or Palestinians who are living in the United States, do you think this sort of thing would interest them if they have the opportunity to go there and actually visit through a program such as the Jerusalem Conference and the Shiddur Rihal, which is the Jerusalem Drive? Do you think they would be as thrilled as you are? Is that something that you are like talking to other people, other youth of your age? What kind of response are you getting from them?
Right. This is a very, very humongous campaign, and to me, I'm more than thrilled to take upon that calling to invite others that have never seen home before. I mean, home to them is just a concept. It's just a dream in their mind. But to actually go there, you can go there. Unfortunately, you can't go there as a Palestinian with a Palestinian refugee passport, but you can go there now with a foreign passport. Israel will allow you in, and you have that right to go in and see your homeland. Why not? Why not? People go to Italy for vacationing. They go to France. They go to the Caribbean. Why not go home?
Okay.
See, the thing is, the bet is on the future generation to slowly become depressed and say, oh, you know what, Palestine, there's no hope. No, this is what actually Israel is betting on, that the future generation will forget. But you know what? No, the bet is going to be totally wrong. I think I'm going to be reaching out to every single Palestinian out there in the diaspora and invite them to go home. Go enjoy home. Go enjoy the beauty of Palestine. Go enjoy Jerusalem. Go enjoy the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Just go and see what you're missing out on.
Nisreen, you just said a very interesting point actually here, that you now even though you were born in Lebanon as your parents or grandparents were refugees from Palestine, but you mentioned something that the future generations will not forget by like talking to Palestinian Americans who were born here in the United States who never seen Palestine. Do you feel like they have the same encouragement and the same drive for Palestine? Do they identify as Palestinians even though they were born here in the United States? And do they have the same drive, you think, as you do towards Palestine?
It's a yes and no. It's a yes and no answer. Yes, because some of them grew up in homes that told them about, their heritage. They grew up in homes that, took upon the responsibility to educate and tell them about their homeland. And others were not as, maybe not as blessed. So it's a yes and no. It's a yes and no answer. I think we, as an organization, are going to take upon that responsibility and tell those generations about, what they've missed out on and educate them. See, education doesn't just happen in a flip of a button. It just takes time to build. And we're going to build that education in those generations, whether it be in first, second, or even third generation that have grown up here in the U.S., to introduce them to home, to what their homeland is, to their heritage. And I think a lot of people I've never met anyone who's not proud of their heritage. I have yet to meet that person who's not. And we are very proud that we are who we are. We're Palestinians.
Okay.